There was a global pandemic not long ago, but we also know that there has been recession going on, and that has a lot to do with the layoffs that are going on, because we know recently companies are laying off a bunch of people. We know Google has, even last week, had laid off a lot of people. We know Meta has done the same. They have laid off a bunch of people, Twitter and so on. And so it's an ongoing thing. But how do you deal with layoff, especially if you're working in a tech company? But even when you're not working in a tech company, how do you deal with it? The number one thing that I think is quite important if you were laid off that you need to do is to do some sort of reflection, basically, because these things happen and we're not expecting them to happen, and then you were very sad of the situation because maybe you have a family, maybe you have bills to pay. We know how things are, and you were laid off, and then you were like, how do you manage the situation? So it's very important to reflect about the situation, to think a little bit why this is happening, what would your next move be, and get started with that. So reflection is quite important. So now the next thing is to figure out what your next steps are. That is, do you want to work? Do you want to study? Do you want to focus on another career? So you need to think about what your next steps are. And I have to say, during this next step, it's not as easy as you might think, because I know there are a bunch of companies out there that you might try to apply, and there can be rejections here, left, right, and center, because we're in recession, and it's very hard for companies to employ people at this point in time. But things will flip and the economy will be back at some point, I don't know when, and then maybe it will be easier to find employment. But rejection is something that you might expect. I just want to prepare you, like, if you are going to find your next job, because it's very hard right now, and rejections can be something that you face a lot in this process. So that's something that you should prepare yourself for, and then see how it goes from there. Another thing that I think is very important for you to do during times of layoff is also, like, don't forget to talk to your friends, don't forget to talk to your family about things that are going on with you. That will help you to stay happy at some point, because when you feel bad, I know, like, when things are going not into the right direction for me, I try to reach out to my friends and family, and they just remind me of the person that I am, versus just sitting home and being sad. So it's very important to talk to your partner, to your family, to your friends about what's going on, and catch up with them. That will help you calm down and get you relaxed in these trying times. Another thing that I think is very important is, don't forget to take care of yourself, because what I mean by taking care of yourself is, I usually go to the spa and just fix my nails, do my hair, just something, because if you don't, you're gonna feel sad, and then if you are sad, you'll not be motivated to do anything. And so it's very important to focus on yourself and do some self-care, self-love, you know what I mean. So another thing that I think is important that you should do, especially if you're preparing to apply for jobs, is to update your CV. Make sure your CV is up to date. Like, you can use Canva, you can use LinkedIn tutorials on how to fix your CV. You have to do that because that's quite important. And also you need to make sure you fix your motivation letters, because that's quite important. And you need to know, like, whenever you are applying for a job, don't use the exact same thing for, like, the same motivation letter for all types of jobs that you're applying for. Your motivation letter should match the description of the job. Don't just write one motivation letter for every job that you're applying. That wouldn't get you the job that you want. Another thing that I think I should add is, don't forget to use your social network, like LinkedIn. Reach out to your community, tell them how you are feeling. They can reach out to you if there are opportunities in regards to jobs that you are looking for. So the last thing that I will add is, don't feel sad. These are trying times. things are not the easiest at this point, but it will get better, and hang in there. So don't lose hope, stay strong. Don't forget to search for jobs. Think about what your next steps are. Do some self-care, it's very important. And also reach out to your network and tell them what's going on in your life. Update your CV. You know what, it's going to be great. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, just so you are the first person to get a notification whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.